Hello y'all on YouTube, this is Rob with Rob's Nerdy Knives. Today we have a very cool unboxing, something that came in from Remette Knives. You know, I've checked out some of their stuff before, so let's see what we got here today. Alright, today I'm opening up my box with my Bull Knives XYRO or Xero. I'm not sure exactly how you pronounce it. Cool little knife. Let's get into this. And it looks like there might be an easy way to get into this. I'm going to cut it. There was a receipt in there. Alright, so the knife that we have here today is a Remette EDC pocket knife, sharp camping hiking knives. It doesn't tell me exactly the name. Let's see, does this thing say what it is? Oh, it's a Canyon knife. All right, so this is the Canyon knife by Remette. This, I think it's a budget blade, so just keep that in mind. We'll take a look at this. Always willing to give a try out to find a good budget knife, right? All right, so what do we have in here? We have a knife. We have a little cleaning cloth. That's cool. And of course we have, they include a multi-tool, which is kind of cool. All right, so let's get it out of the bag here. Let's see, I'll tell you if this is a decent cloth. I like some of their cloths. Those are pretty cool. Like nice to clean glasses with. Oh yeah, that's a nice one. We'll save that. All right. Put that box over here. All right, so this is, what did I call it again? This is the camping knife? What did they call it? Hold on, I have the receipt and it just fell on the ground. It is called the Canyon knife. Yeah, I think this is called a Canyon knife. So this reminds me of a little bit of the Ocaso knife that I have, the executive knife. So you've got the deep pocket carry clip. It's not reversible. That's a bummer. I wish they had that. It does have some nice jimping on there. Definitely going to be a flipper only type of knife. The clip here, a little goofy on the clip there. I don't like that little lip there that kind of digs in. But that's all right. Let's give it a flip. All right, nice full blade. D2 steel, so this is absolutely a budget banger. I bet this is going to fall into the super budget knives. All right, so I'm not sure if this is caged ceramic ball bearings. Let's take a look. I'm not exactly sure what's in there. Yeah, it looks like caged bearings, steel bearings. So it is caged steel bearings. It's a little stiff. Looks like G10 on the handle. Got a nice little captive pivot, T8 there. Looks like T8 there, but those are probably T6s, I'm gonna guess. One of those screws looks a little loose. Let's just make sure it's not loose real quick. So here's the T8. I don't know if this is a T8. Is it? Nope, that's gonna be a T6 on that one. Well, I guess that's in all the way. It's just sticking out. All right, interesting. All right, so definitely a super budget knife. How are we? Are we dead? Ooh. Wow. Okay, that's a bummer. That screw. Oh, that screw is so close to scratching that blade. That's too long of a screw there. Dang. Okay. Wow. Okay. Well, gotta keep that in mind. Matter of fact, did it scratch there yet? Yeah, it looks like it might have scratched it a little bit. All right, so, you know, this is definitely a super budget knife for sure. It is lots of budget things you can see here. The G10 steel liners, caged bearings. Yeah, that's really a bummer. I will have to tell you that that screw right there, that's a real miss. People are going to be very disappointed by that. I know Remette seems to have some nice ones, but this is, it's a budget knife. Let's just put it this way. It's a super budget knife. We're going to look at it from that perspective and lower our expectations. All right, so this is very much not like anything I've tried from Remette before. D2 steel, okay. I believe this one's going to be like under 30 bucks. It's got to be under 30 bucks. I mean, this thing's got to be like 25 bucks. for everything I'm seeing on here. If it's more than that, I'll be surprised, right? The clip does wobble quite a bit. That's interesting. Like I said, I don't like that little part there. The flipper works pretty decently. I wish it was reversible on the clip, which to me, there's 2 holes right there. Look at that. You can see the 2 holes right there. 2 holes. I don't know if you can see that there. Some weight relief on the steel bar insert. Let's see, are we engaged? We are engaged. Any blade play? No. Let's see here. Any rock? Any pivot lash? No. Okay. Now it is a little tight. Boy, that is just. I'm gonna try to see if we can loosen it up a little bit. Yeah. Maybe it needs some oil. But I'd say it needs some oil, but there's a ton of oil there, so I will say that it probably already has some oil. Interesting. Okay. This is interesting. I mean, if you're looking for a thin, executive kind of pocket knife, this will, and you've got very much on a budget, this will definitely be maybe something to consider. I don't mind the orange captive pivot there. It is it appears to be a captive pivot by that. I've been known to be wrong before. That screw right there is way too long. You'll want to file that down or something, because that is way too long. It's going to scratch the blade, so I will try my best not to scratch it before I give it away. But yeah, it's definitely a super budget banger knife. It's not super sharp on the edges. I mean, it could be more chamfered. It's a little edgy back there, but being that it's a small pin kind of executive knife, you got a standoff there. You've got the flipper. You do have jimping on top there. It does give you a chance to hold on to that. The jimping doesn't extend all the way out, so you got to make sure you're right there to get it. If you're on the edge over here, you'll slip off and that'll hurt. There's only one way to deploy it. It is a liner lock. Like I said, our engagement's a good 50-60%, right? Yeah, at least 50-60% on there. It does have a detent ball. It's not drop shut at all. Yeah, it's in there solid, but it's not drop shut at all. D2 steel with a black coating on there. I mean, I guess there's that. So there you go. That is the Remette. What the heck is this thing called again? Well, I keep calling it a Canyon. If it's not the Canyon, hopefully I've put the name up there. But definitely a budget knife. Definitely an interesting knife. We'll try to handle a little bit. We'll see if we'll do a review of this. I don't know. It is different. It's got a little texture on the G10, so I think that's kind of cool. I will tell you, my first impressions are the clip could be a whole lot better. You have screws on this side. You could have recessed it out for that. The flipper, wouldn't mind the jimping, extending it just a little bit. Different steel. I mean, maybe charge an extra $5-10 and put a little better steel on there. I'm not a big fan of D2. D2 from Asia is going to be ingot steel. You never know really what the heat treat at. So I don't know. I couldn't tell you. Edge is okay. It is like I'd call this a reverse Tanto as far as I'm concerned. It's a flat grind, a little bit longer. Does it caged bearings, steel liner. So that's about all I can really say my first impression. It's a super budget knife. I'm not super impressed, right? I mean, it's a knife. It'll cut. You'll be able to use it. I'll try to handle it a little bit, see if we do a review or not. But it's interesting. I'm hoping as I get to handle a little bit, I'll like it a little bit more, right? Maybe the action will break in a little bit. You are pretty much centered, but I will tell you, if you go off at all, I'm going to scratch that blade if I haven't already, because there is maybe 0.5 millimeter if it's not touching. So yeah, very cool. Thank you, Remette, for letting me check it out. I think it's a great super budget alternative. I'll say that. Now, the thing is, you know, I don't really review a lot of super budget knives. I've reviewed a few. People don't typically dig them, right? And that's fine. Maybe this will be the different one. Maybe because it looks a little different, and maybe you'll like that. Maybe this will be the one that you'll be willing to get for your parents or grandparents or something. I don't know. But it's it's pretty. I like the way it looks. I will say that. I like the way this looks way more than some of the other knives I've seen. This is more in line. It's more clandestine. It's got the hidden blade. I like that. It's a pretty big Remette logo there. That's kind of huge. You could make it much smaller. It would look a little nicer, I think. But you know, it is what it is. Not a fan of the clip. I don't like it rocking and squeaking. I wish it was reversible. And I really don't like that screw. I don't want to take it apart, man. I'm just afraid that if I take it apart, I'm going to screw it up. You know, this is going to be a giveaway. This will be a giveaway knife. Definitely, I think it'll be a weekly kind of giveaway sort of thing, so we'll thank Remette for that. But interesting knife. Like I said, I want to handle a little bit. We'll probably do a review on this. Maybe it'll be a quick review, but yeah. Very interesting, very interesting. First impressions are it's not terrible. I'm not sure where I stand yet. I haven't really formed my opinion on this one yet. I'm not really sure. So we'll look at that. All right, so let's go ahead and zoom in so you can take a look at the blade. So here's that flat grind. Why are we not focused? Come on. So here's that flat grind blade. Here's the handle with the texture. There's a little lanyard hole. We have one standoff. There is some weight relief. You can see that on the inside. We look in the back. Here's the clip. A little pivot screw, pivot collar. Notice the clip there, which is steel, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's steel. So steel clip. T6 is there, T8's on the outside. It also has some chamfering, which is nice. And you do see the weight relief on the steel liners that definitely cut out. And here's the blade, the back part. There's the D2 steel. A little bit of oil, so definitely been oiled. And then we can look at the engagement right there, which I think is maybe 60, 70%. I can't quite tell. All right. It's a little stiff when I close it, I will say that. Yeah, that's a little hard stiff, you know, to push, which is a little stiffer than I care. I don't know if I have time to consider tuning this or not. We'll just maybe leave it as is. But let's do a little full shot here for the video. You guys tell me what you think about this. Curious. I haven't really formed my opinion yet. I'm still trying to wrap my head around this. This is very different. So you'll have to let me know what you think about it if you have it or tried it. Interesting little knife. It definitely has some potential. I think if it's a super budget knife priced where it should be, at least I think it should be, I think, you know, it's definitely a cool alternative. Definitely if you're on a budget, for sure, right? If you're need to spend less than 30 or 40 bucks, then this could be a really great buy. I'm assuming that's what this one is. It's going to be around 30, 40 bucks, maybe 30 bucks. That's what I would expect it to be at least. So we shall see. Well, hey, if you found this content fun, interesting, worthwhile, or informative, would you please consider hitting the like button down below? And if you've already hit that like button, would you also consider hitting the subscribe button? Subscribing and liking the channel really helps me out. Allows me to produce more content, do more things, ultimately do more things for you guys. So big thank you to everyone out there. Appreciate you guys who are part of the channel, the community, all that good stuff. Thank you. Sincerely, thank you. If you haven't already, maybe hit that notification button as well. You can be notified of future content like this and other videos. And a big shout out, big thank you to all my channel members out there. Appreciate you guys. You do two amazing things for me. You're like my workout buddy. You encourage me every day to keep going, keep producing stuff, and I appreciate that. The other thing you do is by your generous support with your memberships, you allow me to check out things sooner than I ever thought I could, do things sooner in this channel. So I am very grateful to you guys. So thank you. Thank you so much for your support of me and all that stuff. So I just want to say thank you for that. As a result, I do two things for you guys. I will do once a month members exclusive giveaway. So all channel members, if you're an active member, I will have a monthly giveaway. The other thing I like to do is all brand new channel members, I'd love to send you a channel sticker and a little thank you note. So if you're a brand new channel member, this may also apply to members who've been members all along or members who were members became members again. Maybe you never did this, but if you send me your name and address, I'd love to mail you a channel sticker away and a little thank you note from me. So I appreciate that. I appreciate that very much. All right, if you haven't already, check me out on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Again, that's on Instagram at robs_nerdy_knives. Thanks so much for watching. Have a great day and a great week. Bye.